So when you come down onto your mat, you're going to decide if you'd like to rest here with your knees bent, or maybe you'll take the shape of Shavasana, letting your limbs just relax. One thing that can be very soothing, even with pain, even with extra stress, can be focusing on the exhales. And just your inhales will happen, and then really focusing your awareness and attention on your exhales. And as you let the breath out, you can maybe feel physically the body surrendering into the mat. Maybe your shoulders will release. Let your fingers and your toes relax. Each exhale helps us with the process of letting go. Letting go. Notice the space between your eyebrows, your temples, and your jawline. Allow those areas to relax. Maybe you add the tiniest smile onto your face. Judith Hansen Lassiter says, yoga is the willingness to be present. So that's us right here, right now, present with our breath in this space, in this moment. And for the next several breaths, if you would like, you can incorporate the mantra, inhaling, I am, exhaling, present. If another word feels better to you, you can use that. Inhaling, I am, exhaling, calm, peaceful, present, healing, whatever it is for you. And don't overthink it. Whatever word came in is perfect. or use the word present. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, present. And if your mind wandered, gently bring it back to your breath and to your mantra. Notice your teeny tiny smile, and then breathing and mantra. We'll spend about another minute here. Bring your hands to touch at your heart center. And from your heart out, send something good, some blessings, some prayers, some wishes, some healing out into the world, to each other, to our communities. And release your arms. You can let them go out in a T, or if Shavasana arms feel better, You can still stay there, palms up or down. You're going to bend your knees and take your feet wide so we can take some very tiny windshield wipers to start. Just moving the legs a little bit side to side. And feel free to adjust your feet as needed if you went too wide or you want to go a little bit wider. Noticing the breath and using your mantra anytime you want throughout the practice and out into your evening, honestly. You can begin to make the range a little bit bigger if you want. Gently legs going side to side. Moving slowly, helping our bodies and our minds remember to slow down. And we'll take a few more side to side. Last one each way. You can bring your legs back to center, bring the feet a little closer, and we'll go a few times, just both legs opening and then coming back. Going out, hip external rotation, and then coming back. And just two more times. Moving gently with awareness, feeling inner thighs probably, hips. And then you'll grab your pillows and we'll take that shape, but we'll pause. Supta Baddha Konasana. We usually do it at the end of class. I'm putting it here in the beginning. Make sure you support your hips and your thighs. You can bring the soles of your feet to touch. And then we'll take the cactus arms to start. We'll just let them float back and forth, opening and closing. Goalpost shape, and then rotation down toward the mat. If you're noticing hips, if there's any intense sensation, adjust your pillows, add more support. Arms are floating back and forth. Breathing in, breathing out. The next time the arms are in the open position, palms facing up, you can pause there. If that feels like too much, if goalpost arms feels too intense, take your arms in a T or back down into Shavasana. And allow your eyes to close. Maybe invite the teeny tiny smile. And we focus on the breath. Invite your mantra back in if you'd like. Allowing the exhales to help you let go. Breath by breath, we're right here, this moment. We'll spend another minute or so here. When you're ready, using your hands, you can draw your legs back together. You can straighten your legs out. Just put the cushions off to the side. Take the legs as wide as you'd like, and maybe arms reaching up and over, coming into starfish. Taking some full breaths here into your whole body, the front, the sides, the back. We take up space and we let the breath create even more space. 2 more times. Big, full inhale and exhale. When you are ready, bend your knees and slowly roll to fetal pose, one side. Just rolling onto your side. We'll pause here for a few breaths. Make sure to support your head and your neck. Now you may decide, I'm going to give a choice here. You might decide to stay in fetal pose because I want to do some cats and cows and some hip circles and one other thing in tabletop. But if you're like, no, Terry, then you could be right here, cozy, breathing. That is the practice, okay? It doesn't matter the asana, the movement. It's lovely. But if it's serving you today to be cozy, choose that. Otherwise, we're going to come up, take your time, coming into table, and you might want to cushion your knees. You can add your blanket. Just wanted to move the spine a little bit today. So any cranky parts, think about making the movement a little more gentle with a little extra added breath. So maybe cat cow is extra small today. You're just breathing in and breathing out as you find this shape. We lengthen the front. There's your cow pose. Moo. And then you round and you flex the spine. Cat. Meow, meow. I'm just taking a couple more, allowing the shape to be just right for you. Last one. And then you'll come to neutral and we're going to circle the hips. The whole pelvis circling around. Now you can curl your toes under if you'd like. So when the hips go back toward the heels, you get a little foot and toe stretch. And then switch direction. And then we'll take child's pose, any variation. So I'm losing my pantalones here. Okay, you can make a pillow stack with your hands. You can flatten the hands out, rest your forehead on your hands that way. If you have a block or a pillow handy, or look, you could maybe take your blanket out and then use it as a pillow for your forehead. If child's pose does not feel good, which sometimes it doesn't, it's very compact, that pose. You could stretch all the way out. You could stretch all the way out onto your belly. We'll be here maybe for another 2 minutes. You want to feel comfortable. Nice full breaths, whatever position you're in. Breathing into your back body. From here, you can think about this as well. If you're in fetal, you could roll over and set yourself up in fetal pose on the other side. Yum. That's so restorative and so good. If you want, then we're going to slowly make our way up and do a couple of things in our chair. I was going to say you could, yeah, you'll want to be in your chair. Or fetal pose, second side for extra TLC. Okay. When you arrive in your chair, take your time, just let your feet be on the ground. You can turn your palms down. You can let your eyes close, maybe invite that tiny little smile. Inhaling and exhaling. I am present. All right. For our side bends, you can keep one hand on your thigh as the other arm reaches up. You can also let the arms go down by the side. So you're going to make this as bendy or not bendy as you like. It might be arm is reaching, but the rest of the body is staying neutral. Or you may be touching the floor with your top arm. I don't know. Notice the breath and keep your seat rooted. Letting the arms feel a little bit lighter. Allowing the breath to flow. We'll do one more each way. Arms rest and we pause. Feet on the ground, crown of the head toward the sky. Breath in, breath out. Releasing the arms again. Options for twisting. Just your arms. Just your arms could move. So this is a very gentle twist in the thoracic spine. You can also scoot forward and you can make it as big as you'd like, following with your gaze. Any amount. Feet on the ground, seat rooted, tall spine, and some sort of rotation. We'll do one more each way. And you may want to scoot forward in your chair a little bit or not. We'll show you. Thread the needle. Remember, you can cross the leg. That might be plenty. We'll do right leg on top first, or you can take thread the needle shape. Here, you can stay tall or you can fold. You can also go back and forth a few times. Folding. You're basically hinging at your hip. The spine can stay long, head in neutral. Right leg is on top. Thread the needle, seated variation. Love it. And at some point, you may decide to fold and stay there. Feel free to take a gigantic exhale out of the mouth. Ha, letting go, making some noise. Two more breaths here. And we'll come up, releasing the right leg, switching to the left, crossing the leg. That might be plenty. Or bringing the left ankle, actually go past a little bit. I don't, ankle bone right on my thigh doesn't feel great. So I go just to the outside of the thigh and find a place that feels good. And then maybe this little bit of motion of folding forward and coming back up. Noticing a difference or similarity of this second side. And perhaps you'll stay tall or fold and hold. Deep breaths, maybe audible exhales. Two more breaths here. And we'll come back up, release the leg, let yourself sit back, come into stillness, maybe bringing your mantra in for a few breaths. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And just notice if there's any part on your face, jaw, shoulders, anywhere that could relax 5%. Releasing your mantra, taking the legs a little bit wider. You can turn the feet out a little bit. So this can be slight, just that little bit makes a difference. I'm going to sit up tall. You can use the support of your chair or scoot out a little bit. You can also take the legs as wide as feels okay. So again, hip external rotation like we did in Baddha Konasana. And here we'll take the arms and reach up. Inhale, exhale, center. And again, inhale, big reach. And to your heart, exhale. One more time, inhale, reaching out, around, and up. Exhale to your heart. Hands can stay at your heart or let them rest on your legs. We're going to just lift and lower the heels. Lift and lower. Thank you to our ankles, our calves. And heels will stay down now, just the toes lifting and lowering. That's it, I promise. No wild toe stuff today. Just lifting all the toes and lowering. That can be wild enough. Just notice how that gets you right into your body, because especially toes, we have to put some awareness to get them to move. Brain all the way down there. Lifting, lowering, breathing, breathing. 2 more times. Toes lift and lower. Okay. You may decide to sit back and do a little hover with your right foot from your chair. If you would like, this is the only thing we're doing standing. You can use your chair or a wall or nothing. You will lift your right foot and hover. That's it. It's not easy. We're challenging the balance, and the standing leg is working a lot. Just barely lifting that right foot. If it's messy, the foot can come down and then you can go in again. Balance sometimes is messy, but we're just practicing the ability to recover. Okay, let's switch sides. Lifting the other foot, using props, arms count, chairs count. Breathing in and breathing out. And release. That's a very good work on the standing legs and hips. Thank you, hips. All right, 3 choices. You can come down into child's pose or crocodile, laying all the way out. If you would like to use your chair for a forward fold, I'm going to show that. You can sit on a blanket or on your mat. It will just depend on what your hips like. And there's a million ways to do this, but you can take legs wide around your chair or maybe underneath your chair, or perhaps cross legs. And then the chair becomes the ground. So you fold and you let your head rest on your arms. If the chair is too far away, you add a pillow or 2. Okay, any kind of forward fold using your chair or coming all the way down to your mat for child's pose or crocodile. All of those positions take our head down and take our awareness inside, looking inward instead of out at all the distractions. And tuning into your breath. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. I'm going to take 3 or 4 more breaths here. And you'll slowly transition. Want to give a couple of choices. We're making our way into pre-Shavasana or perhaps Shavasana. So you can take legs up the wall. You could take legs on the chair. Just make sure you support your head and your neck. This may turn into your Shavasana if it feels great. If not, at any point, you'll come into regular traditional Shavasana by bringing your legs down and stretching out, supporting where you need. Otherwise, we'll do inversion and rest at the same time. And if the inversion just doesn't sound good, you can put yourself right into Shavasana at this time. Remind your shoulders to relax. Your whole torso releasing, resting. Feet and hands, legs and arms resting. Your whole face, even your hair, is relaxed. If you would like to stay and rest longer, please do that. Or you can take a few deep breaths, bringing some energy back into the body, inviting that tiny smile back onto your face. Wiggling fingers and toes. And depending on the position that you're in, you could reach your arms up and over. You can reach out through your legs. Take a nice big inhale, maybe an open mouth exhale. Make your way onto your side into fetal pose. Pausing there, pose of new beginning. So we'll start new from this moment, maybe taking the mantra with you out into your evening. Remembering yoga is the willingness to be present. So thank you for practicing that today. Bring yourself up to sit. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. Thank yourself for practicing, and thank everybody here for practicing with you. And I appreciate you showing up. Thank you very much.